Alright guys, in today's video we're going to be talking all about hearing protection. Now this may not be the most exciting or fun video to watch, but it's super important to take care of your hearing from a young age because it's something we never get back. So let's get into it. Alright, so here I am at 300 yards. So when you do a lot of shooting, whether it be suppressed, unsuppressed, it's almost mandatory that you gotta wear hearing protection. So you know, every time you shoot a gun without hearing protection and your ears ring for 2 or 3 days after, that's hearing damage that's happening to your ears. And then you may say, well, I'm shooting suppressed, like, you know, I'm good. Well, if you shoot a lot of rounds out of a 9mm pistol suppressed, 5.56 AR suppressed, like repetition after repetition, like those rounds add up and it causes some serious hearing damage over time. So it's super important to always wear proper hearing protection. But then you may think like, well, what's the best hearing protection for me? So you may think like, well, what's the best hearing protection for me? Well, there's all different types. You have just your little foam plugs. You have the aircraft carrier landing crew, big muffs that I can't hear literally anything. I can barely hear myself talking right now. And then you have your more modern noise canceling electronic hearing protection that even with it on, like I can still hear because of the electronic amplification, but as soon as a gunshot or a goes off, they automatically cancel all that noise and protect my hearing. So what is the best option for somebody? Well, to be cheesy and you know, kind of simple and to the point, the best option is the pair that you have handy and that you use. So if you have these big, like old school earmuffs in your range bag, but you wear them and you aiming down your rifle and you can't get a proper cheek weld because these are hitting the buttstock, and you take that cup off and shoot anyway, it's doing you no good because you're not getting that proper hearing protection. And if something gets in the way and it's hard to use and cumbersome, people, they just don't use them. So I like these more because they're streamlined and slim. And when you put them on, there's not that bulk poking outward that prohibits you from getting down on the rifle, which certain guns have certain stocks that feel different in the shoulder. So sometimes what I'll have to do is I'll have to push the muff all the way back on my ear where it's still fully covered, but it's just not in the dead center of the muff. So I just slide it back and sometimes up a little bit, and that gives me a little bit more leverage to get down on the stock. So now I'm going to go over my absolute favorite type of hearing protection, and that is the simple earplug. So these things are my favorite because I have them everywhere. I have them at work, I have them in my truck, I have them in my range bag. I even have them stuck in some of my rails on my ARs that I may have to use for personal defense or protection or like predator hunting or something like that. If I forget everything and I pick up my rifle, I still have my earplugs squished down in the rail. I can pull them out, pop them in, and that's the best hearing protection, is something you have handy and you use all the time. And like I said, I have them in my truck, my range bag, at work, at home. I have them all throughout my workshop. So if there's anything that I'm going to be doing, sawing, shooting, air compressor, lawnmower, I throw a pair of these plugs in. They're disposable. I get a 200 box off a 200 count box off of Amazon for like 20 bucks, and they're just absolutely they block almost all noise. When you squish these down and get them real thin and then you put them into your ear, I stick mine all the way until it bottoms out, and then I hold it in place as it puffs back up and let that thing really swell up and get just cancel out anything and everything available hearing noise wise. So you get both of these in there, you set them up properly, and they really do a good job of stopping noise. Like now that they're inflating in my ear, I can just hear myself talking like through my head. Like I can't hear hardly anything. There was a ton of wind noise out here. I can't hear any of it. It's just super, super well protected once you have these in. So another option, I see people, they have these same plugs on a cord, which you keep around your neck like this. And I don't like these as much because once you get them in your ear, if you're doing any type of rifle shooting, hunting, and you have a sling, once you throw that sling over your shoulder and it's coming across your back like this, it's pulling on this strap that is holding these plugs together, and a lot of times it'll end up pulling them out of your ears. So, you know, if you're doing a drill with your AR and you're shouldering it and moving, and then you shoulder and it pulls the earplug out of your ear, you defeated the whole purpose of having a hearing protection. So my go-to are these earplugs. Now these are the Howard Light earplugs. You go to Amazon, Howard Light hearing protection earplugs, and they are super, super well made. So, you know, this is not a sponsored video. Like, we're not getting paid to say this, but Howard Light, if you're watching, hit me up. I'll take some money from you. Joking, of course, but these things are super, super good at protecting your hearing. I wear them anytime I'm shooting .22, suppressed, just whatever, because I'm real big on protecting my hearing, because my dad was not, and he's like hard of hearing now in his 60s, and he just is always so adamant about instilling in me from a young age hearing protection, eye protection, and all of that kind of stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's not the most flashy, shooting, fun, exciting video, but it's super, super important. So drop me a comment if you have anything to add, take away, or what your opinions are on the situation. But we'll see you guys in the next video. But for now, it's doing me just fine. So what I really love about this gun is the trigger. We have a Geisler SSAE super semi-automatic enhanced trigger, and this thing is just excellent. So you have like it's a 2-stage trigger. You have like a 2-pound take up, and then like a one